Ready to roll on a Tuesday. What, Rico, you're smiling to start the day. What?
No, certain things are always going to be funny. Second deck and that song.
Noted.
Always just going to be funny.
So if you missed yesterday's show, I want you to understand, we are in just a non-confrontational July. Why? It's too nice out to bother with some of you. You're not going to kill our vibes.
Brother, you're already at the horse track.
Right. Rico's world tour is coming up. I have my annual pilgrimage coming up. And you know what? I'm not going to let some nonsense baseball team or some endless rebuild in hockey upset summer. We're not going to be upset. You're not going to be upset. So what I said to you yesterday was, and by the way, factually speaking, at 2:03 in the afternoon, weeks have gone by. We haven't done a whole lot of Scooble radio. I'm just not interested. They're not trading him. Me saying I'd listen to phone calls isn't me demanding he's going to be traded. So here's what we can do. I'm going to make you an offer. We're settling all family business today. And I'm going to make you an offer as a part of our peaceful summer series known as July Radio. And I want to know if this power stat settles, to me, the most annoying debate of the summer, which has not been Scooble. I actually understand the case for keeping Scooble. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I understand it. I will never understand this other thing. So I would like to, and David and I sat and we did some spiritual counseling, and David pointed me towards Philippines 4-2. Did I say that right?
Philippians, but yeah.
Philippines, Cambodian.
Tomato. It is about compromise. Now, last night, the Tigers won 1-0. That was, look, you got to be some kind of baseball fan to get enjoyment out of that game last night, but whatever.
The pitcher's duel.
It was awful. So they win 4 in a row. They're 7 games out of the wild card. They're 14 out in the division. That's not the most relevant part. But when you watch the game, what has been the number one thing this summer that's got all of us just annoyed and upset and downright sad? It's the offense. They can pitch, man. But a power stat has revealed itself. And I think, if I'm allowed to present this to you, I think this should end a debate. There shouldn't even be discourse about it. I think we should all, in the name of peace, walk hand in hand down the aisle. Okay, so here we go. No yelling. I just am asking a question. If you disagree with what I'm saying, the only rules, you got to have reasons. You can't just make fun of it and not have reasons. That's silly. That's what children do. So here we go. Power stat, courtesy, Jim Costa Research Lab, because Jim texted me 8 million times last night during the Tiger game. What is the Tigers' record, people, when the Tigers simply score one singular run? One. Just score at least one run. Do not get shut out. Just at least one run. 43-39. Do you know what the Tigers' record is if you can just get to 2 runs? 2 or more.
Right. I do, so.
Okay. 41-26. That is a 99 win pace. That power stat, along with the data I'm going to present to you, to me, peaceful, Summer Mike, it should end what I think has been one of the most nonsense debates of this season. Quote, the Tigers didn't need Matt Chapman or didn't need Bat. The Tigers didn't make a mistake passing on Wyatt Langford. You're going to say Max Clark McGonigal. You have every right to say it. Here's your problem. Wyatt Langford hit another home run last night and another double. His OPS on the season is now approaching 750. His OPS plus is north of 110. His OPS the last 30 games since coming off the DL, over 1,000. It's the equivalent of having another Riley Green. Now. Not 2025, not 2026, not 2027. Now. Matt Chapman has right now a WAR of about 3.5. He's doing what Matt Chapman does. He's an above-average league hitter. He's positive in OPS plus. He's got the power numbers. He's going to be about a 6 WAR player by the end of the year. But right now, here, today, with a team that if they can just score 2 runs or more are 41-26. If I take out Gio Urshela and I take out Mark Canha, who, by the way, you're paying $12.5 million to. $12.5 million. Mark Canha and Gio Urshela combine for a negative .2 WAR. Chapman and Wyatt Langford combined today, 5.3. 5 wins better today. And if you like projecting WAR out, you can. Dangerous. You could short sell or you could overestimate. Langford and Chapman, a WAR of 10. Canha and Gio, 1.5. Can we, as a community, come together on this one point? Look, it's all been a frustrating ride for all of us. I don't know anybody who doesn't want this team to win. I don't. This team winning is great for business. This team winning has people in a better mood. This team winning would give us, in my opinion, one of the most thrilling things in all of sports, which is a true pennant chase / wildcard chase. Can we put what I deem to be just this humble radio man, Rico? Can we put this particular debate to bed that today, if you had signed Chapman instead of scoffing at it, and if you had drafted Langford instead of taking the long run, Rico, I think the Tigers are a playoff team.
Not only that, Mike, but they would be a playoff team in spite of all their warts, in spite of, Javi and everything that is just going bad and bringing Akil Baddoo up and back down and back up and back down and Meadows and everything that is bad that has happened to this team. You still would be in the run for a wild card spot, a legitimate run, and not where you are now, because I really don't count this where you are now. So, yes, it's something that should have happened. It was the offseason that I wanted to happen.
Can you settle the debate that, look, I think the Scooble debate is fun. I don't know why people get so bent out of shape. If you want to keep him, I'm not angry. I would prefer signing him. If you want to trade him, my ground rules are we have to get a haul. I don't know why that upsets people, but I've let it go. I don't care. I'll buy you a Scooble teddy bear, whatever you like. But this debate right here, can we at least put this debate to bed? That do you realize Scott Harris lit $25 million on fire in Mark Canha and Maeda?
Yeah. Mike.
Why does no one discuss that?
Mike, that's why I said he's at strike 2 to me. That's why this trade deadline is essential for him, because, yes, you blew an opportunity in the offseason to go out there and really improve this team. You didn't have to break the bank. You didn't have to get some superstars. You just had to get functional people who could hit the ball.
So much like at church, when they do the whole peace routine, I'm turning around in the pew and I'm offering you a sign of peace. Take my strong hand. Will you take my hand in peace? Can we? All other debates are up for whatever you like. Can we stop? Can we just, as a community, come together and say in one voice, like we are the world, we are the children, that Scott Harris really effed up the offseason? Because imagine today, had he signed Chapman and drafted Wyatt Langford. Look at what the top of your order looks like. Mix and match any way you like. Riley leading off, Colt Keith second, Langford third, Chapman fourth. How much closer to feeling like, wow, we have a core? Like it's here. We have a core. How much closer would you be? And think about it. If this team were 5 or 6 games better, I don't think the Scooble thing ever happens. The debate never takes place. Mm-hmm. The Flaherty stuff, we're not talking about trading Jack. We're talking about maybe adding it to that.
I was about to say, you realize you may be talking about adding some
So,
pieces.
And it's a question. Now, my one rule, I'm not going to get angry. You can disagree. I am trying to gain an understanding of my audience because I don't get the people that are on the side of, no, we didn't need it. We didn't want to block insert name I don't care about or who isn't here or won't be here. I'm still looking at the McKinstries. I'm still looking at the Badus. I'm still looking at Canna and Urshela. And it's nonsense. And again, I'll take a 1-0 win that's hideous over an 11-10 loss that's fun. But that's just not a product I can get behind. Rico, if they score at least 2 runs, they are on a 99 win pace. So can we end the debate and the defense of Scott Harris's offseason and just admit
mistakes were made?
And guess what? He can fix them. That doesn't make me less angry. But guys, think about it. If I have 2 players here that right now are the better part of a 6 WAR share, and you're trotting out guys that are a -0.2, that's before I get the bias.
Mm-hmm. Right, that's what I'm saying. You would have probably won a lot more games, and you would be a playoff team or considered like just maybe out of the playoffs, but enough to trigger a response of being buyers, of going out there and getting another bat, going out there and maybe acquiring another relief pitcher.
Can we put this one thing to bed? 248-539-9797. Now, all opinions are welcome. Remember the ground rule. If you're going to say we can't put it to bed, can I just have reasons? Because I feel that's the one thing lacking here. People will just blurt things out of, I wouldn't have helped. Well, why? Why, when you see the stats that if they can just get up off the floor and get to at least 2 runs, and I show you what they are in a wins above replacement level, and then you just, again, every night I'm watching Wyatt Langford since he came back from being hurt. Rico, he's got over a month of data. He's got an OPS over 1,000. Extra base power, home run power, steals, speed, impact bat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, kind of what I was saying leading up to the draft list here. 248-539-9797. Olive Branch, take my strong hand. Can we put this one debate to bed? Or do you want to rage on? You guys tell me. We'll get to David, Kenny, more of Rico as well.